This is the Honda CR-V, and if we were to play a game of word association and I say family SUV, chances are you're going to say Honda CR-V. So it's quite obvious that this is the default choice for many buyers out there. But in the recent few years, competition has gotten stiffer, especially with arrivals of models such as the Mazda CX-5, which itself has been updated recently. Now we've driven that one, so if you're curious, here's a link to the review. It should pop up somewhere here. Anyway, back to the topic. Now the Honda CR-V has entered its 6th generation, and with it comes a host of changes, mainly the absence of the naturally aspirated 2-litre engine. Moving forward, it's all turbo or hybrid. So the range consists of 3 petrol variants, and then there's the range-topping HEV RS unit which we have with us today. Prices begin at 159,900 ringgit and go all the way up to 195,900 ringgit, which is a fair bit compared to the outgoing model, but it's quite a step up, as you will see. So if you're looking for a family SUV with more than enough space for everybody and their luggage, and you don't want to cross that 200,000 ringgit mark, is the Honda CR-V your next perfect car? Let's find out. Overall looks, I would say it's a major step up over the outgoing generation with a more squarish, chunkier presence. Now up front, that large grille definitely helps to make it look more imposing, and on this RS range-topping variant, we also get adaptive driving beams as part of its LED headlight setup. And also, another RS exclusive are the active shutter grille. So this basically features shutters that can either open or close to strike a balance between cooling and aerodynamic efficiency. Other goodies that are exclusive to the range-topping HEV RS variant include roof rails, rear fog lights, side mirrors in black, 18-inch Berliner black alloys, RS badging and a body kit, and of course that blue Honda logo to signify its hybrid intentions. Now if you want to compare all the variants side by side and see which one works best for you, just head on over to WapCar.my and you can do just that. Over to the rear, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I'm getting very strong Volvo vibes, which is no bad thing at all really. What is a bad thing though, is this fake exhaust outlet. I mean, just do it like they do it on the Civic. Twin pipes for the petrol, one pipe for the hybrid. And then you pop open the powered tailgate with hands-free function and you get a grand total of 589 litres of space, which is more than enough for a getaway with the entire family. In fact, I reckon you can comfortably fit 2 24-inch suitcases inside, no problem. And if you need more space, you can always fold down the 60-40 split folding seats and you get 1,072 litres of space. Now, one thing to note is that on the petrol model, you get a spare tyre, but with the hybrid, you get a tyre repair kit instead. So there's that. Last but not least, the always useful tonneau cover that keeps your belongings hidden away from prying eyes. Now there are 2 ways to unlock and step inside the car. You can do it with a regular key fob, or you could do it with this key card. Now this key card is about the same size and about twice the thickness of a regular credit card, so you can easily slot it inside a wallet and be done with it. Now would I choose this over a key fob? Let's see. With this, yes, you carry one less thing. Put inside a wallet, be done with it, set and forget. With this though, you have the option to drop all 4 windows and let the hot air out of the cabin, or remotely start the car and cool the cabin down, or even pop open the tailgate. So between these two, I would say I'll go for the key fob. And then you step inside and what a change it is over the outgoing model, because the overall architecture is so much more modern and so much more clean. Now materials, they're decent. It's not the most premium of interiors, but at least it looks the part. And speaking of premium, the range-topping HEV RS model also gets a 12-speaker Bose sound system, which also marks the first time the CR-V is coming with a branded sound system. Getting comfy is fairly easy because the seats are nicely supportive and there's plenty of adjustment. There's even lumbar support and memory seats, which is always a welcome feature for a family car. Okay, and looking straight ahead, in this range-topping HEV RS model, we get a 10.2-inch fully digital cluster and a head-up display, which the petrol models don't have. They have to make do with a semi-digital setup and no head-up display. Onwards to the infotainment system, we get a 9-inch touchscreen with wireless Apple CarPlay connectivity. Down below, we got dual zone air conditioning, and then there's a Qi wireless charger which is available from the E variant upwards. And in terms of power outlets, we've got 2 USB ports here, one Type A, one Type C, and a 12-volt power socket. And now we come to Honda's trademark, interior packaging and practicality. But first, I have to say, I would have very much preferred the lighter headliner from the petrol models because it gives that added sense of openness and spaciousness, which I think for a family SUV is more important than trying to feel sporty like you get in a darker shade. But moving on, let's see, storage spaces. We've got door cards here, which is big enough for what looks to be, your touch and go cards, your access cards and whatnot. And down below, more than enough space for your large water bottles and other bits of your everyday carry. There's also enough space for what looks like another phone next to the wireless charger. And then moving back, we've got 2 cup holders, what looks to be a coin tray of sorts, and then we get to the center storage under the armrest. Now you open this and there's acres of space inside, and there's even this nifty coin tray that you can move from one part to the other depending on what your preferences are. And if you remove it all together, I say there's easily enough space to cram in a small pouch or even a bag inside. But then, what do you do with this little coin tray then? Simple. Just lock it in place here and voila, settled. Seated at the back, and the first thing you notice is that the rear seats have this stadium style seating, so we are slightly elevated over the front passengers. Now this gives better outward visibility and should help with motion sickness should the rear passengers suffer from it. In any case, front seat adjusted to my driving position. I'm 184 centimeters tall and I have 2 tennis balls worth of leg room and 1 tennis ball worth of headroom. Now, the outgoing model wasn't exactly cramped to begin with, but with an extra 16mm worth of legroom over the outgoing model, I can get very comfortable here. And I can get even more comfortable on long journeys because, check this out, sliding and reclining rear seats. Yes, very nice touch. Even the so-called unlucky passenger in the middle won't have a problem because the dreaded center hump is nowhere to be found. Now in terms of features at the back, we've got rear aircon vents and 2 USB Type-C ports. As for storage spaces, we've got seat pockets on both seats, so that's good. Door cards, which are again big enough for access cards, touch and go, whatever it is. And then down below, the bottle holder, cup holders here, more than enough space to slot your water bottle. And your armrest folds down to reveal another 2 cup holders. So all in all, it's typical Honda with excellent practicality and space back here. So in town, the CR-V rides comfortably enough with potholes and uneven road surfaces such as this getting ironed out pretty nicely. However, if you're looking for something that corners a little bit flatter, this is not the car you're looking for. Tuned to be on the softer side of things. Sub-highway speeds over undulating roads, you still get a bit of that secondary bouncing sensation. It's not terrible, but it's there if you go looking for it. Now at city speeds, the CR-V is very responsive, and that's all down to the electric motor and eCVT setup. So right here, the electric motor puts out 184 horsepower and 335 Newton meters of torque going to the front wheels, which makes this actually the fastest accelerating CR-V in the range. The setup is similar to the one found in the Civic AHEV, but here it's got 20 Nm of torque more than the Civic. Now, it's powered by the same 2-litre naturally aspirated Atkinson cycle engine, which mainly acts as a generator but can step in to provide power at higher speeds. And speaking of highway speeds, once you're up and cruising, the CR-V is a very good long distance tourer. It's fairly quiet inside, and that's all thanks to double glazed windows. And get this, resonators on the wheels of this RS model. You may think it's nonsense, but according to WapCar's internal testing, at 110 km/h, the cabin noise of this variant, the one with the resonators, is recorded at 69 decibels, while the petrol-powered V variant, the one without the resonators, recorded 71 decibels. Now in terms of a sportier drive, no. Get a CX-5 if you want that. The CR-V is happiest when you're just cruising and winding it gently through corners. And smooth and easy is the way to go with this car, which is exactly what you want in a family SUV. That's not to say it's terrible at going fast, because at highway speeds, the CR-V feels way more planted than the outgoing model. And should you ever need to overtake, just lean on the throttle and the car builds speed quite progressively. There's no need to go stomping on it. So in terms of safety kit, it's a big plus with one rather big negative, so to speak. But let's begin with the plus points first. Honda sensing is standard across the range, which means every single variant gets the full suite of ADAS systems. So what do we have? We've got autonomous emergency braking with front collision warning, we've got adaptive cruise control with low speed follow, we've got road departure mitigation, we've got lane keeping assist, amongst many others. Also, another plus point is that Honda Connect Telematics is standard across every single model as well. The elephant in the room, however, is Honda's Lane Watch, which is available from the E variant and upwards. Okay, conceptually I get it. Having a camera to tell you what's in your blind spot might work better than a sensor. However, it can get a bit distracting, and if we're being very honest, if you're going to be depending on a camera to tell you what's in your blind spot, then the video quality should be a lot better. As it stands right now, it's quite bad. You know, if it were down to me, I would just go with an ordinary old school blind spot information system. And that's the Honda CR-V, folks. Once again, in its 6th generation and with prices topping out at near 200,000 ringgit, is it still the go-to choice for families looking for a safe, comfortable and practical SUV? Short answer, yes. Long answer, perhaps so. And this is because with the arrival of a few Chinese SUVs, families looking for this kind of car are spoiled for choice when it comes to it. You see, the Honda CR-V isn't just up against Japanese SUVs anymore, and that's the main concern. But it does have one ace card up its sleeve. The fact that it's been around forever, that it has such a dependable, solid reputation means you can't go horribly wrong with it, can you? And I'm sure that if you're a family man looking for a family car and you're watching this, you wouldn't really want to take such a big risk, right? So there's that. If you're in the market for a reputable, maybe slightly conservative family SUV that does no wrong, the all-new Honda CR-V could very well be your next perfect car. And on that note, thank you so much for watching. Remember to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Drive safe and take care.